What do you guys think of this hat? I think I'm kind of at that age now where I can maybe pull it off. I'm thinking about getting maybe like a convertible Jaguar. I could drive it around on the weekends. I don't know. Anyways, what are we talking about today? I'm talking about dog trainers who really get under my skin because you're making the stupid mistakes. You're making really, really stupid mistakes. And they're so easily fixed because they're costing you so much money. So stick with me. I'm going to dig into it exactly what's getting under my skin, and we'll see if we can't fix it together. Now, as soon as I tell you what's bothering me, you're probably going to think I'm talking specifically about you. You know who you are. But to be honest, I'm not. There's so many of you making the same mistake. It's endemic to the industry, and it just really gets under my skin. So, what am I talking about? Many of you guys, I use that colloquially, guys and gals and other, will think nothing whatsoever about going out to a local dealership and wasting tens of thousands of dollars on a brand new vehicle that depreciates by 10 to 30% the very minute you drive it off the lot. You're literally pissing tens of thousands of dollars away. You'll go out and do that. You'll go out then and you'll take your car and you'll get it wrapped, and you'll spend $2, $3, $4,000 to get a vehicle wrap done on that brand new car. Or even if you don't have a brand new car, you'll drop $3,000 easily on a car wrap. And you should spend the money to get a professional looking car wrap. And maybe you'll have a designer do a nice logo for your T-shirt. Great, that's fine. I have no problem with that. But when it comes to your website, you want to throw $100 at your website design program, and you're going to design it yourself. You wouldn't build your own car. You wouldn't put like vinyl stickers on the back of your vehicle that you put on yourself because you know it's going to look crappy. But for some reason, when it comes to your website, oh no, I'm not spending any money on my website. And it goes beyond just the website design, because you can have a really flashy, nicely designed website that sells like crap. And here's what bothers me. I see so many of you people who the website loads up and it says, "Welcome to X dog training company" at the top. You know, does any excellent website that you've ever visited say "Welcome to X company" at the top? I mean, you're a small business. You're not a doormat. You don't say what. I mean, nobody does that. And then the websites have the links to the social media, and there's nothing that differentiates your website from anybody else's website. It's bland. It's generic. It doesn't give me any reason to want to actually use you as a dog training business owner. What happens is, I think you guys sit down and you think, oh, well, why waste money on having a professional copywriter and a professional web designer do my website when I can use, one of these website builders, Wix or Weebly or any of the other ones, and I'll just do it myself. Now, look, I get it. If you're a young kid, you're 18, 19 years old and you have no money whatsoever to invest, absolutely none. And then you just have to do the best that you can. And I would recommend that you go to MarinCountyDogTraining.com and see the very simple, basic, rudimentary website that I put up just as a sample that you can kind of model, not copy, but model to get something up that actually sells. Okay. You're still going to need to buy some books on copywriting. You can go down to your local library and get them if you're completely cash broke. You're still going to need to study and practice and get feedback from some expert copywriters. But really what I'm talking about is the rest of you guys who have established businesses, you guys who are making money. Many of you are bragging about how much money you're making, and your websites look like crap and they don't sell. They have terrible copy, and you're just doing everything wrong. I'm not exaggerating. No, I'm being kind of hard on you here, but you're doing everything wrong because it's like the person who goes out, like you see these landscape guys who are just fresh over the border, and they're using like the little peel off stickers that they're putting on the side of their truck, and it's like, who the heck's going to call you when you can't even hire somebody to put straight vinyl letters on, let alone like a car wrap? Well, that's what I feel like when I see your website and it's obvious. It's so painfully obvious that you designed it yourself. And even worse, if you pay a designer to design it and you know nothing about copywriting, because it doesn't matter if it looks pretty if the copy just sucks. Copy, by the way, is the persuasive text. You got to have this. You got to invest in this. I mean, at the least, you can spend $500 and get a really excellent top tier copywriter to at least critique your website, and they'll go through and they'll create like a video, and they'll go through point by point by point telling you everything that you need to tweak and change and fix and make better. But most of you guys won't even do that. You won't even spend $500 to have a copywriter critique it, let alone pay an actual professional to write the copy on your page. Now, I get it. It's not easy to find a good copywriter. I would say, join the Gary Halbert copywriting group or the Dan Kennedy copywriting group or any of these copywriting groups, Cult of Copy on Facebook. And not everybody in there is going to be great. There's a lot of wannabes, but you're going to have to filter through and find somebody that has a portfolio that really looks like they know what they're doing. Or if not, at the least, take a couple of months, buy 3 or 4 of the top rated copywriting books at Amazon.com. It'll cost you 50 or $60. And if you have the ability to write, you can put words together. You don't even have to be like an English major or anything, but you could just, you feel confident that you can write, but you don't really know anything about how to write text that sells, how to write copy. Spend 3 months, learn a little bit about copywriting, and write a goddamn headline that has some benefits in it. Okay. Put some success stories or testimonials on your website, and real testimonials with pictures and first names and last names and what city they're from, not Judy S, because everybody knows you just made that up. There's an art and a science to this, and it's not really that difficult. But for most of you, you're probably going to want to just hire somebody. You're going to pay somebody to do it, somebody that has some skill. And if you need, shoot me an email. I'll see if I can send you a link to a couple of good copywriters. They're not people that I've used. I write my own copy because I've invested the time in reading books and going to seminars and learning from other people and testing myself, A/B testing. So I have that skill already. You need to develop that skill, or you need to pay somebody to do it. And for most of you who are already busy running your dog training business, spend the money, stop being a cheapskate and trying to get by on $100 website because it's hurting your sales. Here's how it works. Let's say you get 10 people who visit your website and only one of them contacts you because your website's so crappy because the copy doesn't convert. It looks like everybody else's website. It makes the same claim. Oh, we're the best. We're number one, blah, blah, blah. Everybody says the same thing. It doesn't sell. It doesn't persuade. So you get 1 out of 10 people who contact you. Well, let's compare that to the next guy who actually spends a couple $1,000, hires a professional copywriter, and the guy comes back with great copy. And they put that on the website, and now instead of 1 out of every 10 people who pick up the phone and contact you when they land on your website, maybe 3 or maybe 4 out of every 10 people pick up the phone and contact you. So the return on investment is amazing. And you guys get it when it comes to doing your car wrap, and you guys get it when you hire a sign maker to hang a sign above your facility, because like, hey, this has got to look professional. But the most important piece of your marketing mix, your website, you're like, oh yeah, I could do that myself. Well, guys, you can't. So get it done correctly. Stop being a cheapskate and do what you got to do to grow your business. And in the context of this conversation, it's hiring a copywriter and a good web designer who knows how to design websites that generally take the visitor by the hand and lead them through the process of picking up the phone or filling out the contact form and taking action, because it's a return on investment that will pay you hundreds of thousands of dollars.